The biblical narrative of Exodus unfolds a tapestry of divine intervention, miracles, and confrontations between God's messengers and the earthly powers of Pharaoh's court. Central to this narrative is the intriguing account of Aaron's snake, a divine sign that initiates a clash between supernatural forces. This video explores Exodus chapter 7, delving into the symbolic significance, the magician's response, and the unfolding drama that marked the beginning of God's confrontation with Pharaoh. Divine command to Moses and Aaron. In Exodus chapter 7, the Lord issues a command to Moses and Aaron, instructing them on how to prove their authority before Pharaoh. The directive is clear. When Pharaoh challenges them to work a miracle, Aaron is to take his staff and throw it down before the mighty ruler. This sets the stage for a divine display of power that will resonate through the subsequent encounters. Aaron's obedience. In strict obedience to the divine command, Moses and Aaron approach Pharaoh, and Aaron, as instructed, throws down his staff before the ruler and his servants. The transformation unfolds as the staff morphs into a serpent, a miraculous sign that carries profound symbolic weight. The magician's response. In response to Aaron's supernatural display, Pharaoh calls upon the wise men, magicians skilled in magic, omens, and sorcery. These sorcerers, priests of Egypt, showcase their own magical prowess, turning their staffs into serpents through secret arts and enchantments. The stage is set for a mystical showdown between divine authority and earthly mysticism. Aaron's serpent swallows theirs. Despite the magician's ability to replicate the transformation, a significant twist occurs. Aaron's serpent, symbolizing divine power, devours the serpents produced by the magicians. This symbolic act carries profound implications, signifying the ultimate triumph of God's authority over human mysticism. Hardening of Pharaoh's heart. As the divine confrontation intensifies, Pharaoh's heart remains hardened, and he refuses to heed the miraculous signs shown by Moses and Aaron. This obstinacy sets the tone for the ensuing plagues and serves as a poignant reminder of the spiritual resistance that often accompanies earthly power. Magician's success in replicating plagues. The narrative progresses, revealing that Pharaoh's magicians achieve success in replicating subsequent plagues initiated by Moses. The ability of these magicians to match the divinely orchestrated signs adds complexity to the narrative, underscoring the mysterious interplay between divine will and earthly mysticism. The first plague, water to blood. The first plague turning water into blood becomes a pivotal moment. The magicians, demonstrating their magical prowess, replicate this divine sign, transforming water into blood as Moses had done to the Nile River. This occurrence raises questions about the source and limitations of supernatural manifestations. Symbolic layers of Aaron's snake. The symbolic layers of Aaron's snake reverberate through the narrative. Beyond its immediate significance as a divine sign, Aaron's serpent becomes a symbol of the ultimate triumph of God's authority. The act of swallowing the magician's serpents symbolizes the subjugation of earthly powers before the might of the divine. Theological reflections on divine signs. The divine signs, including Aaron's snake, invite theological reflections on the nature of God's communication with humanity. These signs serve as potent reminders of the intricate relationship between divine revelation and human understanding, challenging individuals to discern the source of supernatural manifestations. Lessons for contemporary believers. The narrative of Aaron's snake offers timeless lessons for contemporary believers. It prompts reflection on the discernment of divine signs, the limitations of earthly mysticism, and the unyielding nature of human resistance to divine authority. As believers navigate their spiritual journey, the account becomes a guide for understanding the nuanced interplay between faith, miracles, and the obstinacy of the human heart. The account of Aaron's snake in Exodus chapter 7 unfolds as a rich tapestry of divine confrontation, symbolic significance, and earthly mysticism. Aaron's obedience to the divine command initiates a clash between divine authority and the magical prowess of Pharaoh's magicians. The subsequent twists and turns in the narrative serve as a profound exploration of the complexities inherent in the intersection of earthly powers and divine will. As believers delve into the theological depths of this narrative, they find timeless lessons that resonate with the spiritual challenges of discernment, faith, and the unyielding nature of human resistance to the divine. Aaron's snake stands as a symbol of triumph, a sign that echoes through the ages, inviting believers to reflect on the ultimate authority of God in the intricate dance between the supernatural and the earthly realms.
If you found this video enjoyable, please consider liking and sharing it. Additionally, subscribing to this channel will ensure that you receive more updates in the future. Thank you.